Hey guys, Uncle Ray, welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. You know, the goal of this channel has always been to get you in a group of people that actually make money. And I do that by giving you the alpha you need to make informed decisions and not telling you what you want to hear, but tell you what you need to hear. Because guys, unfortunately, over 90% of people investing in crypto lose money. We want to be in that 10%. And this video is going to help you do that. So I'm going to give you some alpha, and I'm just going to rant away about where I think we are, some things I have learned that I feel everyone needs to understand, tell you what my strategy going forward is. And guys, I'm excited. I truly believe that you can make more money if you have the right strategy in the next year than you made or lost in the last 4 years. So hit that like button. Let's get into it. Now, alpha number one. If you believe that we're going to have an altcoin season, or if you believe this cycle isn't over, you got to be out of your mind not to buy when we are in extreme fear. Now, for me, I am not stacking anything to hodl, which I never really have. I'm going to swing trade off the bottom, and I'm going to use some light leverage most of the time. But hear me out. Guys, anyone buying in this dark red, to me, the odds are what? 84% in your favor if we go back to 100% extreme greed at that time. Now, the people buying off the bottom, guys, you can immediately start taking profits. And if we're wrong, just keep stacking all the way down. And I believe, and here's what I'm betting on, that we're going to have a pump between now and the end of the year. Now, that may be an altcoin season pump. It may just be a hard bounce off the bottom with some FOMO and a fake out like we've been having. But guys, when you're buying down in here, buying at the extreme lows of fear and price-wise, when it starts to move up at all, you can start taking profits. I'm not trying to make life-changing gains from the bottom. And I'm going to share my main strategy with you. And here's the thing, guys. If I'm right, I do extremely well. If I'm right with my new strategy and you don't have that strategy, you're going to get wrecked. But if I'm wrong with my strategy, I still do well. So hear me out. I'm going to try to change the way everyone thinks. Now, one piece of alpha I want to talk to you about right out of the gate is, guys, back in November through about February when the Dino tokens were pumping, I made about 3-4 videos telling everyone how many shorts I was putting on. I was shorting during one week. I put on like 375 shorts, shorting all the Dino tokens, XRP, XLM, Algorand, all of them. And they all dumped. Well, in videos like this, I told people to take profits. Are you going to become the prophets? You hear me saying that a lot. And the main reason was because of tokenomics. Guys, when things start to pump, the smart money, the insiders, the developers, the co-founders, they're always going to dump even more. It's common sense. So, tokenomics matter. And guys, there's not a lot of guarantees in crypto. You could guarantee manipulation maybe and things like that. But for the most part, I feel this is a guarantee. If a project has bad tokenomics, it will 100% crush. It's almost guaranteed to crash in the bear market because they're going to keep dumping and there's not going to be a damn soul there left to buy. So keep that in mind. All right. Now, I just want to share something with you, and I'm not trying to brag or anything else, but I want you to understand the opportunity. But the mindset is the main thing. You know, last week, ICP, for example, guys, not hating on ICP. It's just a fact. I'm talking about reality. ICP started to pump. The FOMO kicked in. Everyone is like, oh, the world's going to wake up to the ICP tech. Well, the world doesn't care about ICP tech. Whether you want to debate that or not, show me the adoption. But the fact is, ICP will never make a new all-time high in its lifetime. It's virtually impossible. Has bad tokenomics. Has great tech. A lot of good thoughts. But no one cares. The people that matter are Wall Street or the banks, not retail. And Wall Street and the banks don't even look at any of their projects. None of their tech. It doesn't have a future as a good investment. That being said, it's crypto. Of course it can pump. But here's why we shorted that in our inner circle. Hear me out, because this thought process might save you more money even if you never short. The thought process is, okay, we're having red days. Everything was bearish. But here comes ICP out of nowhere. Well, that tells you right then it's pure manipulation. And it's just people covering shorts off the bottom to short it. And we shorted it about 3 different times. But I just want to show you something, guys. Look at this alert I put. If ICP even thinks about getting to the blue line, I'm going in. Well, it started approaching the blue line. Bear with me. Well, I want it, there we go. So look at this. Then I made another video. I said it's go time for me, and if I'm wrong, right, if it goes up above that blue line, I'll get it out and increase my leverage and go back in again and again. That's how confident I felt about ICP not being able to maintain a dump. And look at the results, guys. So I'm going to show you our last 10 shorts. And guys, it's not to brag. It's just to educate you on the thought process, because cryptos are manipulated. They're not changing the world. The tech is going to change the world. But just like that, flip that switch. Guys, when they flip the switch, it's the same players. JP Morgan and Swift and Stripe and Visa and MasterCard, they're the ones going to flip the switch, not XRP, XLM, and HBAR. No one cares about their tech. For the most part, they care about their tech and their customers and their money. Okay, here's the last short, which was yesterday. Look at that chart, guys. Or it was this morning. I can't even remember anymore. But look at that. Look at that. And the reason we shorted it on the way up, it's a red day. Everything is bearish. We're at 16 fear. Look at this one. This one's still going on. But I want to show you something. This is the one we just put on. At the blue line. Look at this. That doesn't look like much, guys. That's a 17% drop already in the fear and greed. Look at this. This is LSK. Guys, we shorted that thing back in here. Awesome, awesome short. Look at this. You remember when Arweave started to rip with ICP and Filecoin? I posted that in my inner circle. Let me find that real quick, just so you know that I'm not lying to you, because I get called out. Oh, you did. How you doing getting wrecked in your ICP short? That's one reason I put that up there. But look at this, guys. I put this as we're shorting all 3 of these. Why? Because they got added to the perps with Aster. And that means the big boys are going to manipulate it. And isn't it ironic that all 3 of those the same day started to rip and then they just dumped? Because, guys, I don't care about the charts. I care about the game and the manipulation. If you can think like the smart money, think like the whales, think like the manipulators, think like the scammers, think like the big influencers that dump on you, you can do well, guys. And here's another piece of alpha. And I know I'm starting to get on my high horse, but hear me out. Guys, even if we do have an altcoin season, what are we going to do? We're all looking to sell. So what would happen? No matter what, when things start to pump, people start to sell. And only in crypto do most people hold on and pray and don't take profits when they double, triple their money. Oh, that's no Lambo, because they get lied to and they don't understand the game. The big boys are here, guys. All right, let's keep going. ICP, that's our short. Guys, I'm telling you, that might be the most perfect call on the planet. Here's FET. We shorted FET on the pump. We always short the pump. Here's CFX. Guys, we nailed it. Nailed it. Look at that blue line right there. Filecoin. Nailed it. Now, let me show you something real quick. This is some alpha, has not really anything to do with shorting, but bear with me, guys, and then we're going to talk about some other stuff at the end. But check this out, guys. Look at this. Hold on, let me move my thing. Okay, this is one day, guys. AIA. We shorted that multiple times, and to be honest, it was brutal up through here because we shorted it like 3 or 4 more times before we caught it. But look, it wasn't, if you have a game plan, and part of my strategy that I teach is it's not if it crashes, it's just when. Is it going to be in an hour? Sometimes, guys, we can't even get them posted before it dumps so hard. But it's because it's manipulation and it's leverage. But look at this, guys. From right here, in one day, this thing went up, what is that? 1,300%. Now, look at this, guys. Now, think about it. It went up 1,300%. It has dropped like 96%. So people start thinking, well, I'm down 96%, but it can go up 96%. Hell, things go up 30% every single day. That's nothing. Well, no, guys. It went down 96%. It's got to go up 1,300% to get back to where it was. That's one thing people don't think about, right? When they buy, it doesn't matter. Your favorite altcoin and you're down 50%. You're like, well, it's just 50%. That's nothing. No, guys, when you're down 50%, depending on how big the pump was, you might have a 3x, 5x, 7x, 20x to get back to where you're get your money back, but you're just thinking it's 50%. People don't understand that. Now, when it talks about shorting, and this is H bar, but this is just an example. Guys, 90% of people lose money because they don't understand the game. They want to read these stupid charts and the TA and all this BS. Well, guys, TA is what smart money, hedge funds, manipulators look at to understand what all the dumb money's doing. And I say that with love. But look at this. A lot of people are going to want to short on the way down. They're shorting today. Unless something's ripping, you don't short it. Are you out of your goddamn mind? But look, see how it broke there, broke there, broke there? Most people are like, oh, it broke that blue line. Here we go. And they go short. And these are just running stops and knocking people out of the game before they take it higher, 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 right? You short here. When you see candles like that, what do you think? It's just going to keep going? Hell, it's H bar. 90% of tokens don't hit a new all-time high in its second bull run. I've said, and guys, hear me out. H bar, I love, was my first big bag. I loved it, and I loved everything about it. But the tokenomics, I let slide. And the reason I let it slide was because they do put a lot of their money back into the ecosystem, most of it. They don't go buy jets. They don't pay lawyers. They don't buy other companies. So I let it slide. Well, if you go look at the H-bar chart, H-bar's done like a 3.5x market cap, and the price didn't even get close to its all-time high. Bad tokenomics. So the point about that is, guys, when the bear market gets, we are going to be able to short on the way up, and we're going to ride it past that line and just keep riding it all the way to the bottom. I have no doubt, no matter what happens between now and then, H-bar, excellent, all of them, all your tokens are going to come crashing down 80 to 99%. All of them, every single one of them. And at best, maybe Solana, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, because of the ETFs, don't drop 50-60%. But damn, they've already proven that almost wrong. And I really shouldn't talk about Bitcoin. It's not an altcoin. But guys, I'm extremely excited about the bear market because we've got everything in our favor. Retail will be gone. There will be no demand. Tokenomics are horrible for most projects, and I'm going to be creating a list of my favorite tokens with the like WorldCoin and XRP that have the bad tokenomics, because here's the problem, guys, or not a problem, here's the thing. If a project has bad tokenomics, when no one's there to buy it, they're going to keep dumping, period, because they got in so damn early and they have such a large supply. It's all profit, but they got to keep feeding the beast. And that gets to another thing that's in our corner if you're shorting. Projects that have bad tokenomics normally don't make any money. Like none of the utility tokens that everybody loves, they don't make any money. None of those dino tokens make money. They weren't set up for you to make money. We're just speculating. Well, if something can't feed its ecosystem, well, they got to keep dumping. It's in our favor. I'm excited. So guys, that being said, if you want to learn to short, I want to build the best shorting, most educated shorting community in crypto. And we are doing well. So I put together a coaching program. It's a course, has 13 videos and walks you through A to Z of our strategy. Answers almost everything you need to know. And as you can tell, guys, we don't short like the 90%. We short the pumps. We short the all-time highs. We short the good news. And anyway, so you get the course and you get a Zoom call with me to make sure you understand our strategy. And then you get 5 months of my inner circle, which is more than a $250 value. But you get all 3 of those for $250. Now, if you need some help with your portfolio, I have another course with 18 videos, answers everything you need to know to understand how to build out a portfolio that meets your risk reward, how to take profits, how to understand tokenomics, market cap, dollar cost average in, how to get a game plan. $250, Zoom call where we go through your portfolio, and then also 5 months of the inner circle. Or you can just jump into the inner circle. Now, I'll leave a link in my email in the comment section and in the description. Reach out. But whether you take me up on that or not, guys, do yourself a favor. Get a better game plan. If you're doing well, keep doing what you're doing. But if you're not, you probably need to get a better strategy. Learn to short. And if you are not going to learn to short, maybe because you don't want to be a trader, learn to short to hedge your position. If you're going to hodl, you can hedge. It's really simple. Doesn't cost you a lot of money. But when things go down, you can capture that profit and have some dry powder and ride out the storm. That's the only way anyone should hodl, in my opinion. But guys, that being said, I truly believe that we are going to have somewhat of a bounce from here. But anything that bounces hard, I'm going to take its head off. And that's in the bull market. We've been doing that because cryptos are not stocks. They don't make any money. They don't have a value for the most of them to accrue back to the token holder. We're just speculating, guys. And I used to be a licensed 3 futures and options trader. And this is exactly like trading lumber or orange juice or gas. It goes up and down. And it may start to have a run, but you better capture it and get out and move on. That's why shorting works extremely well. Anyway, guys, I'm just rambling on. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And come back and be part of this community. Take care.